Hello friends, welcome on back to Fallout 76. In that last episode, we did some work for Valdez, and look at, she is working on that container that we found. Trying to figure what's going on there, but most importantly, at least I think so, we got access to her computer. So let's take a look to see if we can learn more about what's going on here. And let's have some fun, man. Let's jump on in, let's do this. Alright, Atlas Observatory Archives. Text archive. Is that Lieutenant Captain James Oberlin? Report. All right, so this goes from January of 76 all the way through to October of 77, which, all right, so if I'm not mistaken, I got to remember this again. Fallout 4, the bombs dropped October, was it 23rd of 77? I don't know, let's take a look. Reporting as Chief Army Scientific Advisor to the Atlas program, replacing Major Kirk Bentley, who was deemed unfit for the role. The Atlas program is moving slower than expected. I'm here to do what I can to step it into gear. It is by my discretion that Washington will cut funding if the prototype does not yield scalable results by April. We should not continue to pay for construction of the Atlas accelerator if the technology turns out to be incompatible. So this is Appalachia, Brotherhood of Steel. All right, now, so that was in January, and he's saying by April. Here's beginning of March. Prototype results have yielded moderate success. Dr. Hammond has succeeded in initiating light rainfall across a significant localized area. So remember in that last episode, we learned that this was able to control the weather.
Can I find time to study our history?
I wish we can get these people to stop talking. Funding for the Atlas program will continue under the condition that Dr. Hammond invests more research into more high-energy weather conditions. I've given Atlas engineers the go-ahead to initiate construction of the accelerator while we continue to improve the underlying technology of the Atlas system. However, in an effort to light a fire under their ass, I made it clear that funding could dry up if we encounter any more significant development delays. All right, and then it skips all the way up to August. Oh, check this out. So it goes to August of 76, and then there's not another thing for another year. All right, so August of 76. Dr. Hammond has been able to produce a wide variety of weather conditions based on the idea his team has been bringing into the lab. The latest prototype resulted in near whiteout blizzard conditions, an unusual occurrence in mid-August. Some of the local media is picking up on it, but nothing has been directed our way. Security is tight, and I trust the personnel here to keep things under wraps. The automated security system we've installed has a way of discouraging loose lips. I've got a meeting tomorrow with the top brass back in Washington to go over military application for this technology. The localized prototype won't be much use in a war, but could prove useful during small skirmishes or certain clandestine operations. All right, and then this, like I said, this is a full year later. The Atlas project has been fully approved and funded for military applications. This could prove to be a massive asset in the war effort against China. Imagine blanketing the nation in thick black clouds until the crops die out, wiping out naval ports with typhoons, or sending fierce lightning storms against vulnerable air bases to ground air units. Heck, we can even deploy Atlas to quell any potential domestic uprisings. The sky's the limit here. It is my assessment that the Atlas system will diminish the threat of all-out nuclear war. No one would believe that a string of bad weather is under our control. Well, it didn't actually diminish the threat, because it happened just a couple months later. More bodies are being thrown at the Atlas accelerator so we can hasten its production. Current projections place a completion date in the first quarter of next year. Okay, so there we go. It wasn't actually completed in time. All right. And then this is October 18th, 77. 2 days ago, I received a letter from my superiors in Washington. From completely out of the blue, they were shutting Atlas down. I was in total shock. I read the details, and it was filled with the usual BS phrases like cost-cutting measures, risk assessment ratios, and taxpayer responsibilities. It also said further instructions would follow. This honestly doesn't make a bit of sense. I've decided to wait to discuss this with Dr. Hammond, as I'm certain hearing the news will send him off the deep end. All right, so they quit it like a week ahead of the bombs dropping. Makes you kind of wonder if they were knowing something was coming and knowing that it's not ready,
Just
but
a few more tweaks,
yeah, I
and
don't
then
know.
it's back to working on that Brotherhood.
All right, and 1022. As expected, I received a follow-up letter from my commanding officer. I was to go back through all the data that Dr. Hammond collected and adjust the values and the results so that Atlas looked like a failure. Ooh, that's interesting. Why were they burying the project that could shift the focus of the war? Why were they suddenly being so converted about the whole thing? I had a million questions, but I knew better than to call Washington and ask. Orders are orders. I just broke the news to Hammond, and he instantly flew into a rage. I had to get a couple of MPs to restrain him. I thought he was going literally kill me. I'm sure there's probably supposed to be a 2 in there. Fortunately, he calmed down and then walked off the property without a word. I don't know if he'll be back or not, but I still have a job to do. All right, so yeah. Project going well. And actually, this guy was skeptical at first, but project going very well, and then all of a sudden, project cut. Text archive Dr. Isaac Hammond. So maybe we'll get his side of this. After the incident with Major Bentley, I decided I needed a place to informally vent my thoughts before sending them out. Repeat, do not send. All right, progress report. Prototype Lieutenant Marks, and then go to hell. All right, progress report. Here's your progress report. Good science takes time. Don't come to me and say it's going slower than you expected. Lieutenant Colonel Oberlin, than you expected. Oh, okay. Than you expected, Lieutenant Colonel Oberlin. Science doesn't care about your deadlines. It cares about results, and so far the results align with my expectations. I'm not stupid. I know why the Air Force is involved with this project now, and I also know you can't do it without me. All right. Prototype. Prototype works. We can't just package that up and implement it as is. I would expect you, of all people, to understand why. Why it was a necessary first step before we throw all our resources at the Atlas proper. You can have it done quickly, you can have it done under budget, or you can have it done right. We can only pick 2 of those at best. All right, Lieutenant Marks. I know this may be considered highly unprofessional of me, but I must say it's a relief working with someone who truly understands the work we're doing here. I'm sick of the other Air Force pea-brains here. Most of them don't know what a nephelometer is, let alone know how to calibrate one. I don't know what it is either, and obviously I can't say it. Would you consider dinner and drink sometime, maybe? I have some concerns with the project, and I'd like to speak privately with someone I respect. It would also give us a chance to get to know one another a little more. It'd be really nice to know the time frame of these. Alright, now go to hell. No. I overheard they may be shutting us down. Maybe I'll actually end up sending this one if that's true. Or maybe it's better to just leave quietly. Haven't decided yet. You can't shut us down. Atlas is practically done. This is my life's work. If this is just your way of getting rid of me so the government can take over Atlas, just see how far you can get without me. You don't think I built in precautions just in case something like this happened? Alright, so he heard about the rumors, obviously. Alright, Brotherhood. Chapter Scrolls. Alright, here's Romani. There's Shin. We have not met Connors or Thornberry yet, but we have met Valdez. So let's see, Paladin Romani. Former U.S. National Guard, Romani is a bold leader who cares for the people. She is renowned for decisive action and inventive tactics. Though sometimes criticized by leadership as reckless, no one can deny her record of success. This and her approachability have made her very popular among the rank and file. After outstanding service to the Brotherhood, her requests for an Appalachian expedition were granted by the Council of Elders, and she was given command. Alright, so that goes in line with everything that we kind of thought once we talked to her. She does seem to be a good person, 100%. Daniel Shin. Driven and dedicated, Knight Shin is a model member of the Brotherhood of Steel. You can say that, he's a by-the-book person, that's for sure. While his focus and commitment is sometimes off-putting to other members, especially new recruits, it has earned him the respect of Brotherhood leadership. His actions have drawn praise from the Council of Elders and even Elder Maxon himself. Knight Shin was recruited from the Mojave Wasteland. Oh, that's interesting. Where his valor caught the eye of Knight Connors, who brought him into the fold. Alright, he's from the Mojave, so he's from Fallout 4. I don't know if he's actually in the game, but you know what I mean. Alright, Alan Connors. Former U.S. National Guard as a subordinate of Paladin Romani. Known for his wise counsel, he followed the Paladin into service in the Brotherhood. I wish people would get away from this terminal, man. This is getting annoying. Now we got snoring going on. Alright.
The wasteland is merciless.
A noted peacekeeper and negotiator, Knight Connors was a valued member of the Brotherhood as a whole, and the Appalachia expedition in particular. He had a calming presence and was skilled at defusing disputes. Killed in action, valorously protecting Knight Shin and others. Oh, killed in action. And others from raider attack. Recommend the highest possible honors. So that must have happened here, I'm guessing. Alright, Matthew Thornberry. Knight Thornberry is an exemplar of courage, whose selfless actions early in this expedition saved friendly lives and salvaged valuable technology. He personally rescued captured Brotherhood members from torture at the hands of hostile raiders in the Sierra Nevada, and furthermore recovered many fusion cores and energy weapons from the enemy. Paladin Romani charged Knight Thornberry with escorting the rescued members back home and seeing to their recovery, a task he eagerly accepted. A caring man with the mind of a scribe and the heart of a lion. We miss his presence dearly. While no longer part of this expedition, his deeds will continue to live in these scrolls. So, it looks like he parted ways early on and escorted people back home. Okay? So that's why we're probably, well, obviously we're not going to meet him. Probably not going to meet him. Now Scribe Valdez. Expedition Scribe and the keeper of these scrolls. Scribe Valdez's parents, early recruits known as the Knights Valdez, enlisted her in the Brotherhood as an apprentice scribe at a young age. Under the tutelage of Scribe Haley Takano, she learned to perform her roles satisfactorily, taking a special interest in the operation of vertibirds and other flying machines. Scribe Valdez volunteered for this expedition in place of Scribe Takano, who was unable to join due to health and other concerns. Alright. Scribe Valdez personal logs. Appalachia. After so many months, we're finally here. We came expecting the worst. The scorched plague, utter desolation. I remember sitting by Scribe Takano as we listened to each new communication from Paladin Taggarty's chapter. Every attempt to fight the Scorch brought failure and loss. Paladin Taggarty, as strong as she was, sounded more desperate every time we heard her. I grew to understand why my parents insisted I stay a scribe. I couldn't help but be thankful. I was safe in my bunker and not out fighting that. Still, as the years passed, I couldn't help but yearn for the adventure life of my peers. When the time finally came for our expedition east, I jumped at the chance. Scribe Takano wanted to go, but I insisted she stay for her health.
Here I am fixing broken pipes.
Even if she did make it all the way here, I think the grief would be too much for her. I'll admit I was surprised when we arrived. It was more than desolation. There were people, settlers and raiders, and those caught in between. The Scorched are present, but there are rumors of a cure. Some vault dwellers, America's best and brightest, concocted an inoculation and spread it among the people here.
To think of everywhere we've been, this old place may hold the most promise.
I'm skeptical, of course, after all the horror I heard on the radio. How could I not be? But I can't deny that Appalachians have found a way to survive. We came here for knowledge. Maybe that starts with learning from them. Alright, and the Atlas Observatory. We've set up base in the old Atlas Observatory. Fort Atlas, we've named it. I like the name, it sounds strong. This place was always on our list of targets. We know it's not just here for stargazing. The old regime was building something here. We need to find out what.
I'm not sure I could stand the sight.
My first task is to do some research. Start rooting through old terminal entries and catalog Any, sorry about that, any old holotapes we find lying around. I've started an archive on this terminal so that, to that effect. Hopefully some juicy leads turn up soon. 1 second, guys.
Scorched blade.
Go home. Let us
I've seen
take care of
nothing
things
like
here.
it.
Alright, sorry about that. I just had to clear my throat there a bit. Alright, so we just learned quite a bit actually about these people. Who is this? Do we have anything good over here? No. Alright.
The Scorched, the Raiders, the Ghouls. If anything tries to attack, we'll be ready.
Ooh, we'll take that lead. Who was this? Nope. Thought that was something else. Alright, we need to go find Romani.
Don't mind
So-
this clutter. Atlas is a work in progress.
I like Valdez and I like Romani.
I wish you were here too.
Alright, now where was Romani at? Where is the command center?
These people are still hurling nukes at each other.
There we go.
It's madness.
Paladin
The
Romani.
Brotherhood should be passed through Night Shin.
Nope, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to talk to you. Maybe.
Ah, you must be the one I've been hearing about.
We've already talked.
Paladin Layla Romani. What do you need?
Scribe Valdez wrote me a letter of recommendation. Alright, we have that finally. So you're in charge of this place, right? What have you heard about me? Oh yeah, what have you heard about me?
I've received a report from Night Shin detailing your assistance in his duties. He has given his approval to your consideration as an initiate. Word around the fort is that you've been working with Scribe Valdez as well.
That is true, and we have our letter of recommendation.
Well, between this and the report I have from Night Shin, we can discuss you becoming a member of our order. Consider it carefully. Do you wish to join our ranks?
Now, I don't think it's going to matter if we join and then... we can join everyone, right? I don't think that's going to matter. I'd like to join if you'll have me. What would it mean if I did? I don't know. You just seem like jerks. Nope. Shin and Valdez both recommended me. Well, we already know that. All right. Let's go ahead and see if we can't join.
With the recommendations of Night Shin and Scribe Valdez, I'm willing to consider you for membership. But first, I need to see how you handle yourself without direct supervision. In order to be effective in our operations here, we need to establish positive relations with the people of Appalachia. If we make them see us as a beneficial presence in the area, it will be much easier to secure cooperation in the future. We have reports of feral ghoul attacks on traders and travelers in the southwest forest region, indicative of a nest of some kind. I want you to clear it out.
Where is this nest?
We don't know. Our initial reports on the attacks came from a family of farmers, the Putnams, that we passed on the way into the region. I think their sons were rather starstruck when we showed up. I almost expected the older boy to follow us when we left. You should start your search there. They may know more. You can find them at the old Lewis and Sons farming supply.
Alright, so she did mention southwest, so that's good. We do need to go back down south. Wondering how far south, because I do want to go back to the Rusty Pick and try and see what we can get with the legendary. Why haven't you had some of the other initiates do this already?
While I'm not in the habit of explaining my priorities to would-be recruits, you may have noticed there's a lot of work to be done here. You doing it accomplishes the mission and adds another member to our ranks. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Alright, I think we have everything we need.
Very well. Do this, and you will be one of us, with all the rights and responsibilities of a full member of the Brotherhood of Steel. Ad Victoriam.
Alright, she's drinking on the job over here?
But civilians should stay out of command areas.
Man, you guys do not give people a chance
Never
to
forget
move.
the heroes of Fort Defiance.
Alright, so we need to go back out of here.
It may keep me safe.
How did I get it? Oh, there we go, down there.
I have my eye on you.
Should we try and talk to Shin real quick? He's not up here. Will he yell at us even though he's not here? He's gonna find a way to yell at us, isn't he? Ooh. Oh, it's just beer. Thought it might have been some mines. All right. Let's head on outside. See what we got going on out here. All right. And before automated surface
Keep the peace idea these Brotherhood types are
to
putting
air
down?
missile. Wow. Thing's pretty badass. All right. Before we get going here, let's get out of earshot of everybody. Yeah, let's go a little distance. Welding helmet. Interesting. Oh, we can't loot that. All right, so in between episodes, I did a couple things. So I reworked our weapons, made some ammo for the fixer. I also improved the fact finder a little bit. The big downside on this fact finder is the accuracy. Look at that, it's only 66. So the weapon we had before, oh, I can't remember the name right now. The other 44 we had before this, that ignored 50% of the damage. Oh, I can't think of the name. But that had like an 80-something accuracy. So we're going to see how this plays out. I don't know how this is going to work out. Also under the apparel, I went and slightly upgraded the Trail Warden, which gives us the additional perception. And what's kind of cool about this is I like the look of this a little better. It doesn't have that piece sticking out. It's a little more streamlined, so there's that. Let's take a look at this welding helmet. Does that do anything? No, it does not. All right, let's go ahead and drop that. And while we're here, let's go ahead and level up. So I do want to get our charisma up. Let's see what we have here as options. Players revive or cured of rands. Yeah, I don't usually play with other people. All right, let's go through the list here real quick. So strength, what's new? Nothing. Perception. Sniper. Ooh. Oh, I think I'm kind of liking that one. Endurance. Nothing new. Intelligence. Batteries included. All right, we don't use energy weapons yet. I of course want more hacking. Agility. Nothing new there. And luck. Nothing new there either. All right, so this is getting interesting. You drop a live grenade from your inventory when you die. Food in your inventory will spoil. I do not have an issue with food spoiling before eating it. Find extra canned good in food containers. 33% more bottle caps. You know what? I think I really want to get this charisma up. So I think we're going to pick something here. Is there anything? Stimpaks and Radaway will now work much more quickly. Oh, I like that. Happy-go-lucky. Luck is increased by 2 while under the influence of alcohol. Buying and selling prices. Oh, that's pretty good. But that's non-player vendors. Okay. Inspiration. Lone Wandering. Alone, take 10% less damage and gain 10% AP regen. Obviously, that would be good. So I'm what's travel agent? Fewer caps for fast travel. I'm thinking between Lone Wanderer or Field Surgeon. The Stimpaks could help us. This is always good also, though. Man, I'm stuck. I don't know. Let's go with the Field Surgeon. And... oh, we don't have enough points to use this yet. Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and add card already? Oh, this is showing all cards. All right. So if we want to use this, we don't have enough points. All right, we can take this one off. Unequip that. There we go. Problem solved. And let's take a look at our field testing. Go to Lewis and Sons Farming Supply. Let's show this on the map. All right, so that is down there by the Rusty Pig. I like it. But obviously the downside is that is a long ways away. Talk to the curator. Oh yeah, we already knew about that one. We learned about that in the last episode. But where are we? We're down here. If we were closer, I might jump back up there, but that's pretty far. So, do we just take the railroad all the way down? Well, it's not going to get us quite where we need. But we are on this. We do have this road right here. We could take 63. It did say 63, right? Yeah, because it turns into 62 at some point there. We could take that all the way. We can actually take that all the way. So I think that might be our early game plan. So let's go ahead and pull this back out, and we need to get some food and drink again already. Man, we are thirsty all the time. Did they redo this? Because I do not remember being this thirsty this much, this fast, if that makes sense. Let's go back to the purified. There we go. And let's take a peek on out here. Oh, I also wanted to make sure weapons. We have everything favorited that we want. Yes, yes. There we go. Yes, we do. Alright, let's take a look out here.
Protect and serve.
Anything up top? Nope. I like how they put the Brotherhood flag over the Atlas Observatory. Alright, see, where does this say this is taking us? So I know this is the wrong direction. Palace of the Winding Path and the Pumpkin House. Yes, I put the scope back on this because this is what actually got us the higher accuracy that we have now. It was even worse. And another upgrade is I think we went from a 6 rate of fire to a 7 rate of fire by doing a what was it? It's a quick release something, I believe. But I like having at least something with the scope. And we are going to... Nope, nope, nope. There we go. We are going to start this journey. And the next episode, I can't get any light on our face, man. It's kind of hard to see. It's kind of hard to see. But anyways, guys, thank you once again. I know this was a heavy reading episode. A lot of lore, which I absolutely love. If you stuck around to watch it all, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, because any and all support is always extremely appreciated. So thank you for watching, hopefully liking and subscribing to the channel. And until the next episode, be safe and have fun.